All right, guys, I'm going to remind you how to write equations from tables, graphs, and word problems, okay? When you have a table, you want to first try to find your y-intercept, okay? Your y-intercept is when x equals 0. So like here, x equals 0 at 3, so my y-intercept is positive 3. Okay, that's going to be part of my equation. On this problem, it's 0, so I can put a 0 there, but I don't really need that plus 0. Okay, that just tells me that it's proportional, which means it goes through the y-axis. And then on this last one down here, it's 4, and it's a positive 4, so my y-intercept is plus 4. Okay, so that's how to find the y-intercept. Now to find the rate of change, we already reviewed, so we're just going to put it all together. Okay, remember rate of change is the difference. So here we have 5, 10, 5, 10. It's okay that they're different because I need to check the other side. So over here I have 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so remember my rate of change is delta y over delta x. So 5 over 1 or 10 over 2. Well, I know that both of those things simplify to be 5. And once I find my rate, I'm putting a little x up there. So my equation is now 5x plus 3. Okay, over here on this one, from 0 to 12 is plus 12. 12 to 24 is 12. 24 to 36 is 12. Okay, on the other side, now don't just put 12. That is a trick. Okay, you got to finish up the problem. 3 and 3. So y over x is 12 over 3, which equals 4. Okay, so 4 is my rate, and I put an x after it. Okay, remember rate always has an x after it when you're writing your equation. Okay, on the last one. So 4 to 8 is 4, 8 to 12 is 4, 12 to 16 is 4. It's nice when the numbers are the same. Okay, up top, it's 2, 2, 2, 2. So y over x, 4 over 2. Remember, rate of change is the outside, and that equals 2x. Okay, now I had written my plus 4, so I need to bring it down here and put plus 4. Okay, now the only thing to remember is that when you're writing an equation, you start with y equals in front of it. So y equals 4x, y equals 2x plus 4, y equals 5x plus 3. Okay, so find the rate of change, find the y-intercept, put them together. Okay, and that's how you do from a table. Okay, a graph is even easier. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to look for, well, I know I'm going to start with y equals. Okay, I always start with y equals. So let's do the y-intercept, which I did in green, so I'm going to keep it in green. Okay, my y-axis is this one, so it touches at 15, and it's a positive 15, so I know I'm going to have a plus 15 right there. Okay, over here on this other graph, it's right here, and it's between 4 and 8, so right in the middle is 6. Okay, so it is touching at a positive 6, so I'm going to put a plus 6. Okay, all right, that's the y-intercept. Now let's go and do the rate of change. Okay, rate of change is going to be rise over run. So we already kind of talked about that earlier. We're just putting it all together. So I'm not sure if it touches there. I definitely don't know where it touches on number 2. Number 3, number 4. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, so I'm going to just do this. Okay, make a triangle, and then I'm going to look to see how far I rise. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, I rise 12. And again, I wasn't counting by ones. This was counting by threes. So you have to always look at that little side. 3, 6, oops, 3, 6, 9, 12. Now I'm second guessing myself. Let me erase this. And let me double check. Okay, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I'm glad I double checked. Okay, so that's actually 15. Okay, and then my run, these are counting by ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 15 over 6. I'm going to simplify that. Divide by 3, and I get 5 over 2. You can leave it as 5/2, or you can turn it into a decimal, and it's 2.5. Okay, once you get your rate, we always attach the x. So 2.5x. Again, if you left it as 5/2, it would not be wrong. Okay, so that is the first graph. So let's go over here to the second graph. Now this time I notice that my graph is going down, so that just means I have a negative slope. Okay, so I know it's touching here. I'm not sure where it's touching there. I'm not sure where it's touching there. There looks like a good one. Okay. Draw my triangle. Okay. Now again, this time I didn't rise. I actually fell. So from 6 to 4 is -2. And then I'm looking here. This is 0, but it actually goes to the middle. So 0.5. So 1.5. Okay. And 2 divided by 1.5 is -2. Well, actually, let me double check because that's not going to be right. So 2 divided by -1.5 is actually going to be 1.333 repeating, and it's negative. Okay. So y equals -1.33 repeating. Okay. Again, you can leave it as a fraction if you want. That's totally fine. Or you can make it as a decimal. So I used the purple on both graphs to show you how I found the rate. Okay. The green on both graphs is the y-intercept. Okay. All right. These are both non-proportional because they don't touch the origin. They don't have a 0, 0. Okay. Let's look at 2 more graphs. This time these both touch the y-intercept. So again, every time I write a graph, I'm starting with y equals. Oh, didn't leave much room here. Y equals. Okay. Let's see. I was doing purple for rate of change. So the rate of change. I have 2 points here already, so I'm just going to connect those and make my triangle. Okay. My rise is from 0 to 2, which is 2. My run is 1, 2, 3, so 2/3. Okay, and especially as you're moving into 8th grade, you're going to get a lot of fractions. Okay, so 2/3 x. All right, let's come over to my other graph. Again, they gave me dots, which is nice because then if you want, you can pick this big triangle, or if you want to pick small, you can pick the small triangle. Okay, I'm going to just pick the medium one just so we can make sure we see it. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Again, you can pick any of the triangles you want. Okay, my rise is, so let's see, so this is 1 and this is 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so my rise is 3. My run is, I'm counting by 3s, or you can just realize I'm going from 0 and going to 18. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay, a lot of people want to put 6. This is not 6. Okay, it's 1/6. Okay, and because that is my rate, I put an X after it. Okay, the other thing that we checked for was the y-intercept, but I do notice that these touch the origin, so there's not going to be anything added. You can put a +0 on there, but you don't really need that. Okay, so when it is proportional, that means it only has a rate. Okay, proportion only has a rate. All right, last thing I want to look at is when you have a word problem. Okay, we have a word problem and it says, this says we're adding something. Okay, remember anytime you add something, it is non-proportional. Okay, non-proportional. This one just says it's 16 foot per square foot, $16, sorry. So this one is proportional. Okay, this one is non because something is added. Okay. So let's just practice writing this equation. So we would say y equals, and it says $8.99 each. So because it tells me each, that tells me that's my x because that's happening several times. And then plus $1.99. Okay. This one is y equals 16x because it says per. Okay, that tells me I'm multiplying. And then finally, when you have a word problem, just an equation, remember the rate is the one that is attached to the x. Okay, this is the rate. And then the y-intercept is going to be the other number. So this is the y-intercept, which means it's non-proportional. This one doesn't have anything added or subtracted, so that means it is proportional. Okay, now you're going to practice those skills. Go back and watch this video if you need as you are working through the problems. All right, remember, your teachers are here for you if you need.